Hey guys, this is Sandy again. I'm a licensed realtor here in the Central Florida area and also a licensed lender. And recently we've been doing a lot of DSCR loans. For investment properties. And today I want to do a video on what properties would qualify for a DSCR loan. A DSCR loan is a loan product that is used to purchase investment properties. You would need 20% or more down. It is not a lot of qualifying, which means the property itself would qualify for the loan and not you. You do need to have a credit score of at least 640 or higher. And the qualification is based upon the property. So as long as the property is able to cover the debt service, which means your monthly mortgage, insurance, HOA, and taxes, then it would most likely qualify. The more money you have left over, so whatever the monthly income is, once you pay those debt service off, the more money you have left over, the better the property would qualify, or the better interest rate you will get from with a DSCR loan, because they're going to use some index to qualify the property. So you want to do some homework. So now, what properties can I buy with this? So you could buy any Airbnb properties. We're in Central Florida. We do a lot of Airbnb investment. You could buy any property that you want to rent, whether long-term or short-term. Any investment property can be bought with a DSCR loan. And again, the qualification part of this is you don't have to, they're not going to look at your debt to income ratio. They're not going to look at all of the properties that you already own. They are going to look at your credit. If there's any credit inquiries there, they're going to want to find out what's going on. You can refinance one property and do a DSCR with another. If you already have an investment property, you could refinance that property with a DSCR loan. Now, the reason why you'd want to do that is, again, because you don't have to qualify for that much. So if you already have a property, let's say you already have the property gives you income of, say, $4,000 a month, for an example. Your debt service is $2,500 a month, which means your mortgage, insurance, taxes, that great stuff. So you have a $1,500 playroom, so to speak. That would be a great property to refinance with a DSCR loan. So if you have an investment property, you want to get an ELOC, and you're having a problem with the bank giving you an ELOC, then refinancing a DSCR may not be a bad idea, especially if you have enough income, meaning, let's say your rental income is $4,000 per month, but your debt services, the mortgage and all that great stuff is $2,500 per month. That will also give you a good interest rate, because I know interest rate is on everybody's mind these days, right? However, it's what I tell my clients all the time and my investors. If the property is giving you enough income to cover your debt service and still giving you money to put aside each month for maintenance and giving you a profit, then interest rates shouldn't really come up that much. Why is that? Because you could always refinance, right? So if you bought the property now, especially if you got a great deal, you bought the property with a DSCR loan, and let's say next year or a few months from now, the interest rates start to drop, you could watch it. The only thing you want to make sure is that the loan doesn't have a prepayment penalty. Now let's talk about that. Let's talk about prepayment penalty. A lot of times for DSCR loans, the lower the interest rate is, the more likely they're going to have a prepayment penalty. So it could go something like this. We're going to give you a 6% interest rate if you do a 3-year prepayment penalty. If you do a 1-year prepayment penalty, maybe 6.5 or 7 or whatever it is. If you want a lower rate, if you want the lowest rate, then the highest prepayment penalty I've seen on a DSCR loan is actually a 3-year prepayment penalty, which gives you the lowest rate, the lowest interest rate. Another thing they're going to look at is your income to debt ratio. What does that look like? Meaning your monthly rent that you're getting from the property versus the debt services that you got to pay back from the property, right? The mortgage, all that stuff. The bigger of a gap you have between those two, the lower interest rate you'll get. If you decide to do a 3-year prepayment penalty, you'll also get a lower interest rate. If you want no prepayment penalty, then you'll have the highest interest rate, right? So it could be a 3-year prepayment penalty, a 1-year prepayment penalty, or no prepayment penalty. Depends upon what the interest rate is doing. As an investor, what it comes down to is your bottom line, right? It comes down to how much rent can I get for this property, and what is my debt services? And when I pay my debt services each month, what is the leftover? Do I have at least 5% left back to put towards maintenance, right? Obviously, as an investor, you definitely want to have home warranty insurance on the property. So it covers stuff like the air conditioning, the heater, hot water tank, washer, dryer, stove, all that kind of stuff. You want to make sure that's covered under a home warranty program. Very important. Now, if you have long-term tenants, if you're looking to do long-term renting, then that's even better, because a long-term tenant will wait for the home warranty service people to get there when they call in that something isn't working. However, if you do Airbnb or short-term renting, and you have experience in this, and if you don't, I'm going to open your eyes to this right now, then you know when a guest call and say the air conditioning isn't working, you have to fix that right away. So there may be times that you may have a guest in your Airbnb property. They call and say the air conditioning isn't working. You call the home warranty company and they can't get somebody out until 2 days from today. The guest is not going to want to wait for 2 days. Maybe they're checking out in those 2 days. So the home warranty may not work at that time. But I would say 80 or 90% of the time, the home warranty insurance would work, and it would be essential to get in one, right? Because there's a lot of call outs you could get, especially on an Airbnb property, and you don't want to have to foot all those bills, right? Here, something's wrong with the dishwasher, the washing machine isn't working, I don't know what's going on, the toilet is clogged, that kind of stuff. Because the home warranty insurance also covers some plumbing and some electrical. So I always say you want to have calculated risk. So as much as you could cover, as much insurance as you could get to cover your investment property, I would say definitely go for it. Let's get back on topic. I kind of digressed there a little bit. I have so much stuff in my head. Anyway, so for DSCR loan, it's great to purchase a investment property with it. The properties who qualify for the loan, you do have to have a good, at least 640 or more credit score. The higher the credit score, the better for you. The monthly income on the property versus the monthly debt service is going to determine the interest rate. If you take a prepayment penalty, if you take a loan with a 3-year prepayment penalty, meaning you can't sell for the next 3 years, or if you do, you're going to have a prepayment. If it's a great property, guys, and you intend to hold onto the property for a while, the 3-year prepayment penalty shouldn't really matter. However, if it's a flip, right? Let's say if it's a flip, or if you think you're going to you're going to fix the property, hold it for a year, then sell it, then do not take a loan with a 3-year prepayment penalty, and compare the interest rate, right? If DSCR is offering you 7% with no prepayment penalty, but if you take a 3-year prepayment penalty, they give you 6%, you may want to kind of weigh, what does that look like? What will that extra 1% less do to my monthly income, or 1% more, right? They might say, okay, they might say 6% 3-year, and you have a 3-year prepayment penalty, 6.75%, and you have a 1-year prepayment penalty, 7.5% no prepayment penalty. What does that look like monthly, right? Because as an investor, you're looking at your bottom line, you're looking at the monthly income. What does that look like for me monthly? Can I still cover my debt service monthly and have some kind of money left over if I go with the no prepayment penalty interest rate? Right, those are some of the things you got to think about, right? So we're here. You can give us a call, send us a text anytime, 407-791-4713. I'm an investor myself. I have used DSCR loans, so I know quite well how they work. We have also used them with our investors, so we know them inside out to a fact, but not, there's always things changing, so we keep up with the market. I don't want to say I know everything, because I do not, but we know quite a bit to get you on your journey if you decide to buy an investment property with a DSCR loan. And we could help you get the loan, and we could also help you find a property. So if you get pre-approved for the loan, we know, okay, this is the parameters we're working in, right? Or we go look at some properties and run some numbers, right? Okay, so this particular property is going to give us this much rental income, so the mortgage payment need to be here. How do we get this mortgage payment here? Last but not least, your down payment. You will need 20% or more on the DSCR. I've heard that there are programs that will give you 15% down or 10% down. Not seen much of those. I know that you get a better product if you put 20% or more down. 25% is the ideal. So 25% down would be your ideal market right there. You can refinance one property and buy another property with a DSCR loan. If you already have an investment property, you could refinance with a DSCR loan and buy another property with a DSCR loan. So there's many things that you could do with that, okay? But hopefully I've given you some information, and if not, give us a call, send us a text. My information should be somewhere on the screen or down below. Again, my name is Sandy. I'm a licensed realtor and lender here in Central Florida, but I could help you with wherever the property is, because we have a whole network across the 52 states. So whatever your state is that you want to get information on, you could definitely give us a call and we will be able to point you in the right direction. I'll see you in the next video.